just to bring it back to the shame thing, you know, when you're having these conversations like I did with, you know, friends and colleagues and work, and just listening to podcasts like this where you're thinking to yourself, this resonates with me, you know, this is my life, people are explaining, you know, it's not a coincidence, you know, it could be a coincidence, but realistically, if you've gotten to the point where, you know, you're feeling people like us are talking about your life, go and do it. You know, even take an online survey, even read some of the literature around it, you know, and see if it kind of resonates even further with you, and be open about it. You know, I was very afraid at the start to even just say it to my wife, you know, and we have a very kind of open relationship in terms of conversation. We don't have one of those ones that I'm aware of. Anyway,
I'm jumping on that later on.
Yeah, but like, we talk about everything. We don't really hide much from each other. We don't have secrets. We've been like that kind of since very early on. But this was, you know, I had a nervousness in bringing it up with her. And then even talking to the GP, that kind of nervousness, and like, they're just going to laugh at me. They're going to think I'm ridiculous. Yeah. And even then on into, you know, how do you go about it in your professional life? Obviously, we're kind of out there now. You know, I mentioned it in a LinkedIn post or two a while back, but I don't kind of advertise it an awful lot. I do kind of think of myself as someone who advocates for mental health and things like that, but I don't advertise, hey, look, I've got ADHD. It's not in my banner. It's not a tagline or anything like that. But we're kind of opening up the door to that now with this podcast, you know, which is, it's terrifying. You know, especially as an unemployed man, who's kind of struggled for the last few months trying to find something that fits. I'm putting this out there in advance of actually securing a new job. Yeah, is that going to affect my my potential employers? Is it going to reduce, you know, the pool of jobs that I'm effectively able to get into? Yeah. So it's a worry. But I think the only way to make that not a worry going forward is for people like us to be open about it, to share the stories. Yeah, we have ADHD. I've spent, you know, 15 years of my career exceeding. Yeah. In many different circumstances. And that kind of brings up one other thing. That I don't know if it comes up an awful lot, you know, in these conversations, but I think it kind of definitely resonates with me, and I think it does from an outside perspective with you, and it's resilience. You know, I think people who have ADHD have this kind of inbuilt excess of resilience. You know, we go through life with all of these issues and challenges, not understanding what they are or why they are, but we get through them. Why do we get through them? Who knows? You know, but we do get through them. And, you know, for people like myself and yourself, you know, we've gone through school, leaving cert, college, courses, whatever we've done. We've both got beautiful families, you know, we've both have our own houses. You bought your house, I bought my house. We've since had family changes that have resulted in different accommodation situations.
All part of the crazy, you know, few years you've had.
These are all huge, big milestones that, you know, maybe people don't think from the outside that people with ADHD can accomplish.